Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, with today's subject being what do riders here in the UK really understand about the IAM Advanced Rider Training Group and their training standards and the testing of. And for those of you who are new to the channel, and welcome aboard, and feel free to view some of my other videos which are often interlinked, and of course they cover advanced rider training and safety for all riders. In this video we'll take a look at the infamous video where a well-known YouTuber influencer called username Kate takes her advanced IAM test and is rewarded with a first pass, which, as the examiner Reg Local, or John, states is rare and not given out lightly. Reg, of course, is used to waxing lyrically and spreading the truth thinly on occasion, allegedly. And I've already shown in a previous video what some of you think about Reg Local's assessment of username Kate, which leaves nowhere for Reg Local to hide, but hide he does. Only making some appearances in Freemasons' lodges, apparently. So what about Reg Local? Who is he really? What is his worth other than his worth to himself? What has Reg Local actually achieved other than to plagiarise other people's work, allegedly? And that aside, and more importantly, what gives him the arrogance to continue to be who he is in the manner that he does? And why did he obviously give username Kate a pass in the manner that he did? Some riders have suggested that he and Kate have made a handshake agreement where she would provide a link from her popular channel to improve the viewing ratings of Reg Locals. They've also suggested that this is only the reason why Kate was awarded a first, when Kate herself asked Reg Local at the end of the test, and when he awarded her the result, she said, "Are you pulling my leg?"
Pulling my leg! Pulling my leg! Pulling my leg!
We all know when we've prepared for any test that we have done it well or not, and if we're likely to pass or not. Why did Kate say that she felt that she'd failed, only to be rewarded with a first? There have been no discussions since from either party. Is this because it was so obvious and that they are embarrassed? Let's take a look at one of the key moments from Kate's riding test and try and identify what she did, what she learned from her observers in regards to what the standards which are laid out in the Advanced Rider Training publications known as the Associate Logbook, and of course not forgetting the Highway Code. In the thumbnail of this video we see Kate negotiating the T-junction where she's attempting to turn left. The junction in question is in England, southeast of Blackburn, just in a rural area, and it's a junction near to the Greymare Inn on the B6232, just off the Jackson Heights Road. She approaches along the Jackson Heights Road to that T-junction to turn left. So let's have a look at what happens. On approach to this junction, it is quite wide and open. It's rural and would lend towards being able to be ready to stop but prepared to go, as it's a give-way line. On the left approach, it is a clear view of approaching traffic, where on the right there is one property close to the junction, although an early indication of the traffic from the right is afforded. In this situation, Kate could have slowed on her approach to the junction in preparation to give way but not stop. In this situation, she chooses to stop with her right foot down, which is her preference. And on this junction I would agree with her, because the road junction itself slopes down to the left. However, as she moves off, she leaves the same foot dangling out to the right hand side rather than replacing it upon the footrest. Having your foot on the footrest is not only a safer way to ride, but helps with the central balance and control of the motorcycle. At this point she accelerates, leaving the leg dangling out whilst turning the bike physically to the left onto the main road, and also at this opportunity she looks over her left shoulder to cover the blind spot as she's moving forward and not looking forward. Any information that you use by looking to the left or to the rear should be done before you move, before you need that information. This was a very bad example of a rider who was uncoordinated, confused with the information available for her to learn from, and focused only upon making best progress over safety, and simply does not understand the true value of good observational timing over that of making good progress. So why did Reg Local compliment Kate at this junction and say, "This is pretty nice"? This is nothing more than an insult to every other advanced rider who has achieved a more worthy first pass. Many riders have suggested that Reg Local and the IM have made a handshake with Kate due to her high number of subscribers to shine more light upon the IAM. Allegedly. I had attempted to contact Reg Local about this, but he refused to communicate. And not only that, he then complained about me directly to the IM, who in turn sent me a threatening email. My reply to their threat is well stated in my previous video about that. But worse than that, Reg Local then broadcast upon his own YouTube channel about people like me that we would not say such things to his face. Reg, it's a bit difficult to speak to your face if you continue to hide behind your YouTube channel and have your supporters lick your wounds to repair what must have been a damaged ego. If the likes of Reg Local cannot see the damage he's doing to the IM by behaving in such a shameful manner, then he is displaying less intelligence than any I had previously credited to him. And this example leaves the question as to why do the IAM behave in this way, and why do so many riders complain about the arrogant behaviour of such people like Reg Local, and yet the IM continue not to care. In my next video, I will be looking at why the IM have a "we are better than you" attitude, and why they call us ordinary bikers. They're talking about you and me. We are ordinary compared to them. This declaration was made by the last chief instructor of IM Road Smart, and more about him in the next video. And this is strange because the IM state that they do not instruct or teach. They simply observe or coach and direct you to read the associate logbook. After this, they call you a thinking biker. And if this is true, then why have they appointed a chief instructor when there is no instruction being offered? What was the purpose of his job? And yet it's he who calls you ordinary. I will leave you with that question, but as always, think safe, ride safe, and I hope to see you getting it right on the next junction. Bye for now.